Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for joining me for another video today. Just a quick one, and this is a one-card video, so to speak. Just going to feature a really significant pickup that just arrived in the mail within the last couple of days. I'm pumped to get this card. It's probably the most excited I've been to receive a card in the mail since my Hank Aaron rookie card that I showed off in my first introductory video. This one is a Prism card, and I don't think I need to really introduce those to most of you. I'm sure everybody's familiar with the Panini Prism brand across, pretty much all sports, unlicensed in the realm of baseball, and they no longer have a license to produce NHL trading cards, but the Prisms are pretty consistent and have been since they came about, a decade or so ago, and lots of really shiny, awesome parallels, if that's your thing. And I've mentioned, numerous times how I'm a fan of shiny cards. And the card that I have to show today certainly qualifies as extremely shiny. So I've kind of blabbered on here long enough. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the recent arrival to my collection. So from the 2013-14 Panini Prism Hockey release, this is the silver Prism of Caps All-Star and Sniper Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8. Showed an Ovechkin card a couple videos back and talked about how I really enjoy his game and collecting his cards. And this one is a bigger deal for me to acquire than you might think. I love the silver or Prism parallels across all sports. The amazing etching that Panini does on these cards, it's just unparalleled. You can see here like the Caps logo and the Captain C on his jersey, how that little attention to detail just really makes the card pop. The reason I like this card and this set in particular, this is something that I've discussed in the past on my blog, my sports card blog, is that this is the only official Panini Prism NHL release. So Panini lost their license to produce official NHL trading cards after the 2013-14 season. Prior to this, they had produced a few Prism cards as part of sort of a catch-all set called Rookie Anthology, which you can almost think of as akin to Panini Chronicles or something like that the season prior. But in the 2013-14 season, they released this set as a proper Panini Prism NHL release. And then, like I said, they lost their license the year following. So this went down in history as the only official Panini Prism release as far as the NHL side of things goes. Because of that, I think these cards and their parallels like this one are very, very underrated as far as hockey cards go. This one was not all that cheap, I'll be honest, just because, he's one of the two greatest stars in the game. Everybody pays a premium for silver parallels. And obviously this one is slabbed a BGS 9.5, which, drives the value up even a little bit further. But this one, notwithstanding, you can still find these cards from this one hockey release for pretty cheap coin. And that even includes guys like Ovechkin, Sidney Crosby, and, other Hall of Famers or star players from the release. I have a whole bunch of these parallels and more streaming in constantly from this release, being a big hockey fan, and I store those in a Z folio. We'll probably take a look at that shiny hockey Z folio in a future post someday. But this is the only graded card that I've ever purchased from this release, and one that I'm just really, really excited to have. So, for me, this is easily a top 5 Ovechkin card in my entire collection, and one that I'm really, really proud to have. So just wanted to share that. And then one other note, this is one of my first BGS slabs. So did want to touch quickly on sort of slab preference, or, whether you show any bias towards a particular company. So for my first, 13, 14 years back in the hobby, I was exclusively a PSA guy. Almost every one of the nearly 1,000 slabs in my collection is a red PSA slab. But only recently, in the last month or two, have I kind of relaxed that standard a little bit and kind of opened myself up to the possibility of acquiring some other slabs. And I have to say, I'm really impressed with this BGS slab. Really solid construction, has much more weighty thick feel to it than a PSA slab. And I've always heard the anecdotal tale that some of these BGS slabs have survived even, Hurricane Katrina and things of that nature. And you can definitely feel the difference in just weight and, quality of plastic. So it's something I'm excited about. In the past, when looking for graded cards, I would really just focus on PSA only, but I've really started to expand my searches to really look for the card I'm interested in more so than the slab. And so I see myself picking up more and more of these BGS slabs going forward, and maybe even dipping into some other territory like SGC or the new grading company, HGA, I think they're called, that supposedly uses the assistance of AI to speed up the grading process. I'm even a little bit intrigued by them, and have reviewed some of the videos that folks have done with their returns from HGA, and they look like they make some pretty solid and intriguing slabs also. So I'm actually considering sending one or two cards into them just to kind of get familiar with that process. So maybe a post for the future on some of those other grading companies, and particularly HGA, if I do end up submitting anything there. But in the meantime, here's one of my very few BGS slabs and a card that I'm very, very happy to have in my collection at last. So if you have any kind of comments or feedback on different grading companies, what slab you like best, or even if you have a favorite Prism card or Prism parallel like this one in your collection, I would love to hear about it, as always, in the comments. Thank you for your support, stopping by. If you enjoy what you've seen so far, I would welcome you to subscribe to the channel, or click the like button or leave a comment. I really enjoy interacting with fellow collectors, and even in the first week or so here that I've been up and running, I've made some friends already, and found out about some exciting new channels that I'm subscribed to as well. So always trying to grow my network in the hobby, and just kind of increase the number of people that I have contact with related to sports cards. So feel free to reach out. And again, thanks as always for stopping by.